Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I will be doing a video about the planners and journals I used in 2022. My goodness, I'm getting years mixed up. Okay, so I started off with these four. In all transparency, I played around with other things here and there. I played around with the Traveler's Notebook system a little bit. I did use the Traveler's Notebook system when I went traveling or on road trips and things like that. But these are my more consistent life books, so to say. So, okay, let me just start from the beginning. So, in the beginning of the year, if you watch my previous videos I think I might have uploaded it in the beginning of 2022. Anyways, maybe it was the end of 2021. Anyway, my hope, my aspiration for 2022 was to use this as my messy everyday planner, and as you can see, it is well loved. I use this well. You see how it like fluffed up. I really enjoyed this. I will talk about this in a little bit. This is my wellness journal and I absolutely loved it. I kind of fell off of it toward the end of November and December because I was traveling and I didn't keep up with it, but that's okay. This is my memory keeper, and this also I fell off toward the end of the year, but again, it's okay moving forward. And this one I completely abandoned. This one I completely abandoned in the middle of the year. So my intention for this was, I was hoping that the Wonderland 222, this is in B6. This is a wonderful, wonderful planner, but I picked it up. My hope for it in the beginning was this was going to be my pre-planner. So I would messy plan everything in here, and then I would put the actual dates, appointments, to-dos in here. And this would be my everyday carry, my catch-all, if you will. And this would be my pre-planner. But I felt like it was a little bit repetitive, which I know some of you are probably going to comment like, duh, it is repetitive. A planner is supposed to be a pre-planner. But the way my brain works is sometimes before I actually plan something, I need a place to break it down. But anyway, but this didn't completely go to waste because I did use these for a couple of months. I picked it up, I think, for a month, abandoned it a few months in between. But anyways, it is a great planner. It's amazing. Definitely check out the brand Wonderland 222. I really love it. It's not what I needed this year. So unfortunately, I had to let this one go. So let's talk about my main everyday carry planner. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, and as you can see, this is the sneaker version, which means it's not a hardcover. It's a soft cover. And what Hobonichi Weeks Mega means is it has more notes pages in the back, and they are numbered, which I used them semi-bullet journal style. And I'll show you a few pages. I can't show everything because, again, it's kind of private, but the stickers up front, this is from Salam Creative. This is from TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. And these two are custom stickers from Avocado Artt. Definitely check her stickers out. They are so adorable. And as you can see here, I just stuck stickers in as I felt like it. I didn't pre-decorate or anything. I had some pictures I printed out that I stuck on. This was supposed to be my vision board, but in the end, let me show you. I had a little section here, which I made my vision board. This is the first page before the notes pages, yes. And I just cut out all these pictures that I wanted my year for 2022 to either manifest or represent. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this. I I like the whole process, and I'm really happy I did do this. This is my first year ever making a vision board, because I feel like a lot of things I hoped for did come true, not according to my time or the way I wanted to, but everything did work out in the end, which I'm so grateful for. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I use this section for birthdays. And for the monthly, I used purely functionally. There's not much deco. It's mostly for appointments, arrangements, events. And for the weekly section, sometimes I would draw a line. Most of the time I would draw a line on this side, and over here would be appointments and events. This side would be the task list for the week for that pertaining day, and this section would be for work. So I had kind of combined, this was kind of my mothership, so some people say, my main planner, where I have a little bit of everything, and it's kind of just a record for everything. And some days, if I didn't have that much going on that week, I would just use this for list making. Like for a period of time, we were in quarantine, so this is some things I wanted to do after that, my grocery list. And for my daily pages, typically I would print out one of the Sterling ink freebies for that month. So right before the month starts, I would have, let's say, August. I would print out the August freebie, tip it in, and my month would go on. And as you can see here, it's really messy. There's not too much to see. And again, a lot of it is private, so I can't show too much. But I am really happy with how it turned out. I feel like I used this planner really well, and I'm really happy with it. But I do feel like the pages were a little bit limited, because in the beginning half of the year, I was kind of afraid to write too much, because there are only, let me see, how many note pages? 215. Yes, my daughter went to town. 215 note pages. And while that may seem like a lot for some people, I like the space and the freedom to just write as I need. And for me, oftentimes I would be splitting this page into either in half or sometimes even smaller, because I was paranoid that I would use up the pages. And I definitely did not use the notes pages for collections or random list making, or I didn't rapid log as much. I didn't journal about every little thing. But again, I'm really happy with how it served me. This is definitely well loved. So moving on, this is my wellness journal. And how I use this, this was supposed to be a period tracker, which I think I stopped tracking in September. But anyway, and I hoped to use this as a mood tracker, and clearly I didn't keep up with it. So in the beginning, I was trying to use this as like this. On this side, I had a mood tracker and then some habits, and then I was tracking my movement for the day. But then I quickly realized I wasn't in the season where I could work out as much as I would like. I was just mostly walking and maybe doing some light running. So I was still tracking my mood, but later on I used this completely as a mood tracker. So what I did was I would track the mood over here, the main mood, and then I would write a blurb of how I felt that day and why. So for example, on the 9th, I felt blah. Why did I feel blah? And I wrote depression low from yesterday. So yeah, I really enjoyed looking back at this. And even though it's, I don't know, I just love a filled out page. And all of these stickers are from Sterling ink. And I really enjoyed how I used the weeklies also. So if you're not familiar, oh, again, I'm sorry. So this is a Hobonichi Weeks Mega, and yeah, but this isn't the sneaker version. So the sneaker version is a soft cover, and this is a hard cover. So how I use the weeklies is I used it mostly for gratitude. So some weeks I would just have the whole thing as a gratitude log, and then I was tracking the weather at some point. And then slowly I kind of shifted gears, and I had a column here. I drew out a column where I would write out what I did for self-care that day. This particular week, I wanted to try something. I wanted to try doing one act of kindness every day. And again, it was just for that one week. I didn't keep up with it. Some days I had habit trackers. And then I tried to keep this whole side for reflections later on. I mean, obviously. Well, I did, yeah. So it kind of changed up from week to week. Some weeks I did weekly reflections, which I really enjoyed when I did do weekly reflections, because I like reflecting on that week, how it was, how I could do better, or, you know, what needs improvement, what I need to let go of, and things like that. And some weeks when I didn't, I just did some hand lettering. And my back pages, which I cannot share, but I used as morning pages. And as you can see here, they're not filled because I didn't keep up with it as much as I would have liked. So I definitely hope that for 2023, I will keep up with morning pages more consistently. And in case you're not familiar, morning pages is just stream of consciousness writing for preferably 3 pages, but I do it first thing in the morning. That's why it's called morning pages. And I just keep writing until I stop. So usually it doesn't need to be anything significant. Most of the time I'm just sorting through my thoughts. But anyways, yeah, this is going to be a long video. This is my Hobonichi cousin. This is my memory keeper, as I've said. And like I said, I did not keep up with it as much as I would have liked to. I wanted to use this section to track things that we did together with the kids, whether that may be road trips or just short family outings, things like that. But again, I didn't. I fell off of it. I hoped to keep this as I did the previous years, where I used this as a kind of a daily highlight, and I would use character stickers and things like that. But again, I fell off of it pretty. I was pretty bummed out about it, actually. After July, July, I didn't really keep up with it, and I was pretty bummed out about it, and I wanted to go back and fill it all in, but I thought, oh well. So how I use the weekly pages, I would typically write out pertaining to the timeline, things and events that happened, journaling style, and then I would go in with character stickers and things like that. But alas, I was not very great this year at keeping up with this. And the daily pages also. I kept up with most of the daily pages, which I am very proud of myself for, but I did fall off of it in November, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that's okay. Looking into the new year, I hope that I do keep up with my planners and journals. It is so satisfying to look back on. A little piece of advice for anyone watching and to myself, an encouragement to myself. I think we should let the planners and journals be of service to us and not the other way around. I'm trying to encourage myself not to be too bogged down or bummed out about it if I have many pages to make up for. If I want to, I will back journal or back plan, but I will not force myself to have to fill every single page. If I have nothing to write, I will maybe, if I have nothing to write, but I still want to fill up the page, maybe I will do some watercoloring or some collaging, but I won't force myself to have to fill a page unless I want to. So that's it for today. It was a very long, rambly video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.